In the last video, I talked about 5 types of Ninjago content I really did like on the platform. Now we're going to do the opposite, and this video is going to talk about 5 types of Ninjago content I don't like. These types of content can appeal to certain people, but as for me, I just feel like they don't really have a place on the platform, or at least not anymore anyways. So without further ado, these are 5 types of Ninjago content that I just don't like. First up, we have Ninjago news content. Probably the most expansive type of Ninjago content out there. I mean, you see it pretty much almost every single day. I mean, it's everywhere. I've done it so much in the past. But recently, it's really started to become very bottom tier content, you know? It just feels like there's just not much thought put into it, especially considering you're just talking about your opinions on some leak or something, some piece of information about the next upcoming installment. It's just, after a while, it gets very bothersome, and it gets very tiring very fast. So it's no wonder why a lot of the big content creators have really either dialed it back, or as for me, stopped producing them entirely. Because it's just not really worth it to put out anymore. Next, we have a certain subset of videos that I am also guilty of making, and that is Ninjago shipping videos. Videos just talking about ships, talking about the love, romantic side of the platform. Now, you may be wondering, why is this content not really that great? Well, that's because it is very, very hostile, especially if you're on Twitter, you know. Ninjago fans and ships go together like peanut butter and jelly. They are essentially just made for each other. And sometimes these fans take it a bit too far. A lot of the Twitter drama that you see nowadays, it's more or less based on someone not agreeing with a certain ship and people just getting stupidly mad about it. That's how passionate people are of ships. I remember when I made that ships tier list video that I privated, it almost got 200,000 views before I privated it. It was my most popular video for a long, long time. If that's not proof that shipping videos were super popular, I don't know what is. Because they could even make someone like my video turn into a very popular one, because that's all they care about is ships. And it's just annoying at this point. It essentially, you're feeding a dragon in a sense, and they just want more and more and more. It's like, how much more do you want, basically? It just becomes very tiresome, just like the Ninjago news content, and it's also very problematic. It can even go so far as, you know, saying you disagree with a certain pairing, you could even get, you know, very offensive comments towards you or very harsh comments towards you simply because you just don't agree with it. You know, there have been comments saying that, Jay and Cole are not together, they're just best friends. That's gonna get you canceled on Twitter. There are certain people on YouTube, I'm looking at you, my biggest fan, that say Lloyd and Harumi should not be a thing because it's abusive. People are gonna get mad at you for that. And some people are gonna be like, Cole and Vanya are a thing. They just don't want to present it as that way. That will also get you into some negative territory. The fact of the matter is, you just cannot win with these types of videos. They might give you like a slight edge in terms of views, but it's definitely not worth the comments, potentially attacking you for your opinion. It's like, what's the point in making these videos if all you're gonna get is just being constantly berated about your opinion and whatnot? It's like, these shippers need to just take a chill pill and just calm down, because it's not the end of the world if someone doesn't agree with a certain pairing. Now we have a type of Ninjago content that isn't really that popular, but I've seen some of it on YouTube, and that is Ninjago edits that are less than 60 seconds. Now you may be wondering, why do you not like this type of content? Well, it's because to me, it just doesn't fit what I call the YouTube model. Because I know YouTube Shorts are a thing now, but those require to be vertical in order to actually qualify as a short. And I know you can technically rearrange it to some degree, or you can call it a short, even though YouTube doesn't define it as one, because if you present it horizontally like this, that's not going to count. It has to be vertical. But to me, those types of videos belong on one platform and one platform only: Instagram. They don't belong anywhere else. They don't belong on YouTube. They only belong on Instagram. Simply because Instagram is the type of platform where these types of edits are very popular. I've seen so many editors on Instagram doing this, and they get like thousands of views based on these 30 to 60 second edits of it. And I just think you're more successful if you do it on Instagram, because I feel like with how much types of Ninjago content there is on YouTube, it's better off if a certain type of Ninjago content is exclusive to one singular platform, just so it doesn't get overshadowed by other types of Ninjago content. So it's not really much of a I hate this sort of content, it's more of a I just don't think this content will be successful on YouTube. So I am kind of cheating in this video, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Now we have Ninjago episode reviews. Now, this is kind of like what I said with the Ninjago news content. It's very bottom of the barrel sort of content, bottom tier content, because they don't really require that much thought to begin with. And, it just feels like you're doing what a content farm would do, just pump out them like that. It just makes more sense to just wait until you fully finish the season, then you could put up your thoughts into one singular video, so you can put much more effort into. And besides, those videos that talk about a season as a whole rather than just a singular episode get way more views to begin with, so it's not only better in both quantity, but it's also better in both quality anyway. I know some people like Daily Warlord and Tanner Fishies have done these types of content in the past. Early in his YouTube career, that's what Overlord X did, but even he decided, yeah, this ain't it for me. So, if you truthfully want to, talk about a Ninjago installment, here's what I would do. Watch the installment all the way through. Don't go by episode, then make a video of it. You can write down your thoughts on the episode, that's fine, I don't care. But wait until the end of the season, and then you formulate your thoughts, then you make a video. it's just more successful in the long run to wait until the season ends, then you make the video, rather than just trying to chop it up into little itty bitty pieces, you know? And finally, we have a type of Ninjago content that I am incredibly guilty of. The Ninjago what if videos. I know I mentioned this before, but to me, this is bottom of the barrel type Ninjago content. When you have nothing else, just go with that, basically. It's like Ninjago general discussion videos, but they just aren't as fun to make. It's like, yeah, the ideas of what would happen if something else went, if instead of direction A, they went with direction B. The idea itself is not bad, but the issue is that there's so many possibilities. It's like, you just want to get through all of them as soon as possible. It's like what a content farm would do. Just go. I know, I've said this many times in this one particular video, but I gotta say it. It's essentially bottom of the barrel type content, and that's why I stopped doing it. Because after a while, I just stopped having fun with it. It was cool for a while, and that's why I think it should be more like sporadic content, you know? If you don't really have anything else, you know, like I said, that's when you should do it. But if you have other ideas, put those before this. I kind of figure this type of content is sort of what I call the last resort type of Ninjago content, because it's really what you would do if you have really nothing else, no other ideas to speak of in terms of having Ninjago content. So you just create some of those. But anyways, what do you guys think? What are types of Ninjago content that you aren't necessarily fond of on this YouTube platform? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, I hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel by clicking the red subscribe button, and click on the notification bell to see every video that I will upload. And I'll see all you folks in the next video. Bye bye!